In centered moving average approach, you'll always end up with as many ratios as the number of cycles minus 1. So if you have 3 cycles, we have 3 full cycles of data, okay, 3 years in this case. So you'll end up with 2 cycles, say 3 minus 1, seasonal ratios. So if you have only 2 cycles of data, year 1 and year 2, then you'll have only 1 cycle of ratio, and then that would be your index, okay, because there is only one index for each time period. But when you have more ratios for each season, then you have to average them. So you have to arrange them, you have to assemble these averages here. So we have quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for year 1, the first ratio is for quarter 3. So set it up like that. Okay. So then we can copy it down like that. So that is G33 is for 4. So this will be G34 will be that. Okay. Quarter 1 of year 2. Now we can copy that all the way down. So this is G37. So this will be G38. And you'll have one going down like that. Okay. So now we find the average ratio. Okay. Now average ratio you can do like that. The blank will not be counted. Only the average will only count the cells that are non-blank. Okay, so this is the average ratio. Okay. All right. Now there is one last thing we have to do, and that is what is called normalization. So the indexes must all be around 1. So when you add up the ratios, that should equal the number of seasons. So we have 4 quarters, then this should equal 4. Okay, let me format that. Okay, but because of the computations that we made, centering and all that kind of stuff, this average may not turn out to be exactly equal to the number of seasons. But your seasonal index must by definition add up to the exact number of seasons. So you have to normalize these ratios, and you have to first compute the normalizing factor. So this is sum, right? Number of seasons is 4. Okay. Then normalizing factor, the number of seasons divided by the sum. Okay. Let me align it like that and do that. Well, let's put it like that. Okay. So now we multiply the average ratio of each season by the normalizing factor. So this we have to press F4. Okay, so let's put the border back. So now if I sum, that's exactly equal to 4. Right? So we have seasonal index values. So these are the seasonal index values for this data. So we first did a moving average that accounted for trend, and then we were able to do the centered moving average, and then we divided that into each of the actual values to find the seasonal ratio, found the average ratio, and then we did normalizing. So next we will, so now we have done seasonal part. We still have to estimate our trend part, and for that we have to do what is called deseasonalization, and then we will use regression analysis. So we'll do that next.